What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is a new adventure for us to go on that is going to be different from other adventures that we've gone on.
Yeah, because when we react to things, normally neither of us have seen it, but this time, I've seen it.
But everybody wants us to watch this, and I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, you were like trying to explain to me like what you thought the show was, and I was like, no,
Usually when we go into episode 1, we say everything we know about the show so that we can be upfront about what we're honestly reacting to.
I'm not going to say anything.
So you're not going to say anything because you've seen this.
Here's the thing. I have seen this. It was my very first anime ever. It was several years ago. I remember it in a very general, broad sense. So there are actually going to be things that I'll be like, oh yeah, which will be really fun for me. I'm excited for that.
And you've also seen Fullmetal Alchemist, which is a different show that's the same, but has a different ending because the manga wasn't done yet.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So here's what I know about Fullmetal Alchemist. There's a blonde dude named Edward.
Yep.
Who has a robot friend named Al. You told me his name was Al.
I did say that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Edward has a magic hand that's also metal that allows him to control elements. And they're fighting the concepts of sin brought to life in human form.
Cool.
Right? I'm pretty... You dressed as Lust.
Yes.
Which was a sin. Yes. Which I'm assuming means that, like, we're going to have a lot of anime scenes where Edward, like, has, like, the horny nosebleeds because he's, like, fighting Lust and she's making him horny.
I'm not going to say anything about that.
Did I nail it? Do I know what the show's about? But he has, like, a magic hand that allows him to, like, make rocks do shit, right? I'm not
going to say anything.
I think I've seen an episode of the show, like, 15 years ago when my brothers were watching it, and I'm pretty sure that he has magic powers, but we'll get into it. Oh, no, wait, Alchemist. Maybe it's, like, science magic? I don't fucking know. Let's just watch it. I'm not going to guess based on the title. If you want the full length reaction, go to patreon.com/nerdynightly, but if you don't stay here, because you're already here, and we're about to start the video.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch you react to this. This one's for me.
Okay.
That's why I've summoned you here, Colonel.
Oh, that's a mustache.
We're also watching the sub specifically for Laura Bailey.
Yes, Laura Bailey's in the show, so I will not watch anything else.
We already bought our tickets for Lior, too. Does this mean we're not going?
I don't know, Al.
Why does the robot sound like an 8-year-old boy? Well, we gotta go fight in the war, Edward.
We love banger intros, you know?
This is a good intro.
Right?
Yeah. He's such an emo boy. I'm gonna stare into the camera. That's a daddy right there.
Oh, this is gonna be so good.
So, did he build his robot with his magic powers, and that's why they call him the Fullmetal Alchemist?
I really can't tell you.
Okay. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? Does he... Okay, so he magically lost his arm, which is why he has a metal arm that is magic? Okay, that makes sense. This is fun. I have no idea what's going on.
Water freezes, water boils. Either way, you're just as dead.
You know, he was like, this is going to be a cool thing to say. Oh.
I've forgotten so much about this show. This is great.
I know you. You are the Fullmetal Alchemist, Edward Elric.
I've heard of you before.
I'm his younger brother, Alphonse.
But he's a runt.
Oh yeah, can a runt do this?
I've heard the stories, but still I never imagined this. The Fullmetal Alchemist is just a little kid.
Don't call me little!
I don't think he was really talking about your height just now.
I love that he's just... What if your main character had the biggest Napoleon complex?
You have no idea.
Is this whole short just about how short he is? That's why you relate so hard to this show, is because everyone calls you short too.
Wow.
Okay, if you think it's all right to leave.
The kid voice is so strange.
The guards did a bad job.
Yeah, Jesus.
Have you turned up any leads for getting your bodies back to normal?
Maybe if you ever gave us time to look!
Wait, wait, is that his brother?
I'm actually his younger brother, Alphonse.
What? You're the Full Metal Alchemist? Sorry, I had no idea you'd be so... Go on, say little. I dare you.
This is delightful. It's so stupid.
My wife Gracie and my daughter Alicia, we'd love to have you.
I'm not on enough drugs for this show.
Itchy.
Like this? Itchy, itchy.
Wait, where the fuck did they come from?
No, they went to their house.
No, I know, but...
Big brother, little brother.
Nice to meet you. Younger brother.
Dude, that's a
The
child.
younger means little. You're little.
I like when he gets mad about being called small and they animate his hair away and just give him the baby sprig so he looks like a toddler because he's mad about...
Yeah.
Is the arc of the show just Edward getting over his own, like, Napoleon problem?
No, there's a little more to it than that.
Oh, okay.
A little bit.
Was because I could. It's that simple.
That's too bad, Kimberly.
Forgot about him.
Oh, yeah? So, we're anti-military, right? They're actually the bad guys?
Not exactly.
Like that guy, the freezing guy, and
Used to be
Edward are going to
military.
work together to take down the military. Hoorah. Yeah, like, just
This
watch.
is very difficult. Because I'm like, I can't say anything.
I know, and I get to needle you about it, which is fun.
In that case, I'm definitely adding it to the list of things I'm gonna eat once I get my body back.
Right. Put it on there, right near the top.
I sure would like to get our old bodies back soon.
What the fuck?
One more and Fuhrer Bradley is on his way to hell.
Fuhrer? Wait, are we doing Nazi shit again?
No, it's just the title.
Okay.
This is not Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Close off all roads. Search every square inch of the city. When you find him, shoot on sight.
I am so shocked that they have guns.
Yeah, it's not like medieval times.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was like I thought it was like Avatar, where it's like all magic.
Oh.
So that symbol on the cosplay that you did, that's that character's transmutation circle?
No. It's not really a spoiler.
Okay.
I know that voice. Is that you, Armstrong?
Indeed!
I've seen this guy.
Yes, this is who you need to cosplay.
Yeah. This is the one everyone is like, nerdy, you have to dress up as him.
I'm Alchemist.
Yeah.
Louis Armstrong in the flesh. Except you'll need far more than one.
He doesn't have to open his mouth to talk.
No.
He just has to wiggle his mustache.
Yes.
I love it.
Thanks for the quick save, Al.
Let's go, he's getting away!
Come then, after me, Elric Brothers.
Right.
I forgot that it just like wiggled. Oh, this is
I'm
good.
Louis Armstrong and I'm
When water meets flame, the flame goes out.
He's got some good moves.
Yeah,
I like the freezer guy.
he's powerful.
Oh, shit.
Do you really know the ones you serve or what their true plans are?
Who cares? It's not my problem.
Don't be a fool! He'll lead us all to ruin. I'm only doing what needs to be done.
I told you I don't care.
That's a mobile suit of armor. Goddamn. Does he have jetpacks in his feet? Like, fuck.
I wish.
Stand back and prepare for a display of Armstrong alchemy!
He's all yours, Major.
Down the Armstrong line for generations! That's unexpected.
What the heck are you doing? You're making it worse.
I love him.
No, I was merely...
Merging.
But that would mean...
He's gonna freeze it over!
This is such a Batman plot, and I love it. Mr. Freeze is going to freeze Gotham City Central.
You know what? That's fair.
I thought Edward was the alchemist. I didn't realize they're all alchemists. That's fun.
Not everybody, but yeah.
Well, but all of the magic users, right? Unless there are other forms of magic. What?
So you lost your arm, and your brother, he lost his entire body. I see. It all makes sense.
Does it?
This can't be happening! No! God, what have I done? Just give it back! He's my little brother! He's all I have left!
They were so young.
Yeah, like 8 is probably about right.
So if they get Al's body back, does he come back as an 8-year-old? Or would he come back as like an adult?
I don't believe anyone's ever done it before.
Oh, okay. If it's possible. We're bloodbending now? Holy shit.
Water is blood.
We went to season 3 of Avatar real quick. Those fort guards in the alley really fucked up.
Yeah, they really fucked up.
A lot of people are dead.
Did we get it? Oh! Not again!
Great work, guys. Thanks for showing up.
What do you think of my flames now, you bastard?
When will he learn? It's bad enough that he's useless on rainy days.
This city is being destroyed, and her personality is... Well, this is unfortunate. Wow, he's going like last resorts here. I was kind of hoping he was going to stick around. Fuck.
Major, go now! Leave it to me! The unshrunk fist will not fail!
He's so jacked. I love their like black and white serious death. Immediate cut to him just shredding the clothes off of himself.
There's a good balance in the show.
Oh my god.
And to think that I'd actually be the one to catch him.
That dude's evil as fuck. That dude is way too evil to be believed.
That eye patch, though.
No, but also that it went black and white when he killed that guy. And the speed at which that's an evil anime character.
Gotcha.
His name is also the Führer. So.
Greetings, Edward Elric. When I heard you were in the hospital, I dashed right over! And as I suspected, you're in desperate need of my assistance. Specimen to inspire your recovery. You see? You're looking livelier already.
What is wrong with that man?
He thinks he's really hot.
He is hot.
So Isaac's dead, is he? That's a shame. I had some...
There's my girl.
But the Philosopher's Stone...
Both you and Laura Bailey.
Sounds like he overused it. It all begins very soon.
Cool.
What'd you think?
I think I have feelings
Okay.
about it. On the one hand, all of the alchemy stuff is super interesting. The transmutation circles, why Edward doesn't need one, what Al is, what a soul has to do with alchemy is very interesting to me, and like how the show uses that moving forward, I think will be something that's like actually very fascinating to get into. This show does a lot of the like anime things
Yes.
that aren't my favorite. Like the animes that I prefer are the ones that avoid them, you know.
Yeah.
But it's weird because the show exclusively uses those in very comedic situations that I think are good. So I don't actually dislike them as much here as I have in other things.
That's fair.
For instance, sometimes I feel like the horny nosebleed thing is a joke for the audience that makes the like characters' horniness weird because it seems out of character. What I like about the way that they used the animation around Edward being upset about his height is about how much it was just about informing his character rather than it being a joke. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. And it's not just a joke for the sake of being a joke for the audience. It's actually like part of who the character is.
Yeah.
And not, it is poking fun at the character without like trying to break the fourth wall and having it just be for the audience.
Yeah. Having said that, though, the show's so bizarre in how it blends like the most horrifying possible thing I can think of, which is being a child and accidentally killing your brother and having to fuse his soul into a suit of armor, and then in the next shot being like, "I'm Armstrong. Look at how jacked I am." Like,
yes,
but it kind of works. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the show. I liked it a lot.
Okay, that's good.
The alchemy, like, honestly, the alchemy superpower stuff, it gets me in pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think that the way that's handled, the visuals of it is really cool.
I thought it might.
Yeah, I don't know. That was so many things in one episode. That was 20 minutes of television, and I feel like it had like 80 tones, and every single character, like, characters have their own tones, and so there are scenes that will switch between characters where like the tone of the entire show changes because that character like lives in a different world. And obviously, I'm not so much talking about the end because I actually quite like the red sky at the end, and also the black and white for whatever the Führer.
Bradley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's definitely like Lust's boyfriend, right? He's the person she's on the phone with at the end. I'm calling it now. It's telegraphed pretty hard. That's an evil character. But you can't say anything because you know. But so like that was weird, but like delightful. Yeah. It's so strange.
I think that's fair. So I've watched both, and I'm trying to remember if the beginning of the original one was as fast-paced and chaotic as the beginning of this one, because we decided we were going to do Brotherhood because
we don't have access to Fullmetal Alchemist.
Well, actually, it's really hard to find the original one, A, and B, this is what is canon and follows the manga. And
they're like the same up until a certain point, right?
They are very, very much, they're so close.
Okay.
Like, and so this is more of like I was told, I asked members of our community about it, because I was like, do we have to watch the original one to make sure that it's, if we want to watch the end of Brotherhood? But they were like, no, actually, I think Brotherhood does a really good job of making sure that, like, the story is still very clear. Like, you can just watch Brotherhood, and you can get the full story, like, no problem. So it's like, you know what, we're going to make the choice. We're just going to go with Brotherhood, because it's the one that is a lot easier to find. And so I'm trying to remember if, like, the beginning of each show was the same tonally, kind of like, it's like a lot. It's like a fast-moving train that, like, doesn't let up for a second, because there's a lot of things going on and a lot of tones and, like, the comedy and the kind of, like, really, really dark shit at the same time.
But what's weird is that, like, their childhood backstory is so dark, but none of the characters seem and maybe this is just a me thing, but basically, like, the city's destroyed. Thousands of people are dead. And, like, none of our characters seem to interact with that. They're still, like, quipping. It almost has a little bit of that, like, Marvel flavor of, like, New York City is being destroyed, but don't worry, because Iron Man has a really funny joke to make about
if you don't
Hawkeye being Legolas, you know?
If you don't, like, see the people die, then they don't necessarily, like, talk about it. Like, they do talk, the show does deal with death end with like casualties and like those kinds of things. But yeah, if you don't see the bunch of people die, then then they don't super tie it into the current moment.
I found the like the
ice only went through empty buildings, like
not the final scene, but the scene with with Roy at his desk.
Yeah.
Where the guy bursts in and is like, hey, maybe you should take credit for this success. Like, that scene to me should have been like, how are you doing? A lot of people died last night.
Yeah,
and like
no, it's...
that tonally is weird to me because it kind of felt like 9/11 just happened. You know what I mean? Like on a scale of like, the whole city was destroyed in front of your eyes last night. I feel like, and it's all jokes after that. And so that was just that just stood out to me because I was like, oh my god, like what about the civilians? And there's no mention of them.
Yeah, it's if you don't see the people in the buildings or the people getting hurt, then they kind of pretend that nobody did get hurt.
Which is fun because it's a kid show and you want to take out some of the sting of it.
Yeah.
It is just weird in a show that also has the super dark, sad element about their childhood.
This show is very much both things.
Yeah. If it didn't have those scenes, I would be like, oh, this is a fun, fluffy show that isn't going to get into that.
Yeah, no.
But because the episode is like, this is a tragic backstory, but in the present, it's all fun. That stood out to me in just in one episode.
Yeah, for sure. From what I remember, and like I said, I don't remember super well, the show does get dark, like like that, like they do deal with those themes, but the characters start off in a much lighter place.
Clearly.
Yeah, it's.
I'm sorry, I can't get over the fact that he ripped off his shirt to
flex for them.
Well, that's funny. Oh. That you're going to your friend's hospital room, you want to make them laugh. Like, that's something I would do, right?
Sure, yeah.
Like, I would go into my buddy's room and be like, look at me, I'm the true specimen of man. Because they're having a bad day, you want to make them giggle. Yeah. Like, I think that moment is very appropriate. And it's a good use of, like, character comedy and, like, relationship building between Edward Al and Armstrong, right?
Yeah.
It's the moment in the street where they're like, all right, you're up. And he's like, I've got to rip off my shirt to really get into my superpowers.
He rips his shirt off a lot.
Great, I love it. It's funny. It's funny. It's just I was like being like there's a lot of people dying right now. And this is a joke.
Yeah,
it was weird.
No, that's fair.
I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. I like Edward as a character. Al's voice makes me wildly uncomfortable.
And I think it's supposed to.
Oh no, intentionally.
Right? Yeah. No, because you were like, is that an 8-year-old? And I was like it's like, I can't. I'm trying.
No, I know.
Like, the faces that I made at the camera, because I'm reacting to your reaction.
I need to not look over at you so I don't get spoiled.
No, don't look over at me. And you're not editing these, right? So you won't see it. But the camera and the audience and I have a relationship here. And so I want to ask the audience if this is a format that you guys would watch, because I've already seen it, I know it's kind of like a little bit weird, but I think it's kind of fun. If you guys think it's fun, if you want to see more Full Metal Alchemist, let us know.
I mean, I want to watch a show now, so.
Okay, well,
I liked it.
Mission accomplished.
The alchemy stuff is cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's really cool. It's really, really, really cool.
I've never really thought of like souls as being alchemical, so I'm curious what's going on with that. They need a Philosopher's Stone.
The show has
to
a
bring
lot
back Al, right?
To
That's
say.
what the plot is like finding a Philosopher's Stone. It seemed very like it makes sense, right? Because it is the alchemical item. Yeah, without having to create a new item, dropping in the Philosopher's Stone as the most powerful item in this universe is easy shorthand for an audience to just immediately kind of understand the stakes.
Oh, yeah, that's
Okay, so they need a Philosopher's Stone. But I'm also
alchemy.
Like, is the girl standing next to Roy their sister? Or maybe you can't tell me. Maybe that's a spoiler for later stuff. But it was just weird that she had that same blonde haircut.
The blonde girl is somebody's sister.
Great. Cool. Yeah, it was just weird that they weren't talking to her. No, I have a question about the beginning of the episode.
Okay.
So at the end of the fight, before the fight, at the end of the first fight. The guy is like, you need a place to stay.
Yep.
Where did they come? Is that like relevant? Where did they come from? Do they not live here? Oh, okay. That's okay.
The show will get into it.
Okay,
That's
I just was like, what do you mean?
Question. That is a totally 100% fair question. The show will answer it.
It just felt very weird that in the middle of the episode, these characters who we saw as starting in this location suddenly didn't have a place left. Like, they didn't, like, arrive by train at the beginning of the episode. They were there already. And so a character being like, you guys need a place to stay, right? Was just very, like, what do you mean? Did I miss something?
I believe that they have not been there for very long.
Okay.
So I believe. I don't fucking remember.
That was the only part of the episode that I thought was just an odd...
It's a setup, I think, for more information to come next. Yeah. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, it definitely. I was like, do we need to start? Did I miss a whole scene of them arriving?
No,
yeah. You're just good to know. I'm not crazy.
No, you get
yeah, I liked it a lot. That's fun. We're gonna keep doing this. Cool. But this is just episode 1. We just did 1 for episode 1 to see how we felt.
Totally.
We might double up these like we do with Attack on Titan. But for now. We're probably gonna. You like it the second time?
I'm good. Yeah, this is a very fun experience for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm excited for Gluttony. I think he's gonna be best boy. There's no chance the Sins are good, right? They're like evil. But the Fuhrer working? Is he like? I don't know.
I'm not gonna say anything, but
I know. I know he's evil.
Okay.
It's too like. Also, I feel bad for Freezer, dude. He did not deserve to die. I mean, he deserved, like, prison. And he killed a lot of people. It might be better, but... I also think he's probably right and that the Fuhrer is evil, so... I just don't trust governments.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the Freezer guy tried to murder every single person that was, like, in that complex, so it's...
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's true, but also like if he thinks that like the Sins are running the alchemists out of the government, and he's like, I need to wipe out all the alchemists in one fell swoop so they can stop using their powers to torment the people. It's complicated.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. So we'll see next time on Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because it's about 2 brothers, but one of them doesn't have a body. I was wrong about basically everything. I thought he was a robot.
I know. That's why I was like, okay, I need to watch you react to this.
Yeah, he's like 8. But he can jump he must be so heavy, but he can jump so high. It's impressive.
Very impressive.
But he's not an alchemist. But Al can draw alchemical symbols on him?
No, there was a moment, which it was very fast. He finished drawing a circle, which launched him onto the iceberg with Ed. So he did do some alchemy.
Okay, so he is also an alchemist, but he's not the full metal alchemist, even though he is the full metal alchemist because his body is fully metal.
That's kind of why I love it, but yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll make sense later. It just doesn't make sense to my brain right now. Yeah. If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me in comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her. This episode, that algorithm goddess is
Laura Bailey, obviously.
Laura Bailey. Yeah. It's gonna be Laura Bailey a lot on
every time. Yeah.
Where are Edward and Al's parents? I guess they might just be at home. Did they like disown them after Edward got his brother killed? I don't want to know. Oh god, this show's gonna be heartbreaking. If you like this video, or if you want to follow us on the internet, you can. I'm at nerdynightly.
I'm at Clar's Polaris.
It's so hard to talk about this one because you just can't say shit. Do something nerdy tonight.
Bye.
Bye.